millionaires continue to learn and grow, while the middle class think that learning ended in high school or college. Now, if you're new to this series, we're going through the book, The 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class by Keith Cameron Smith. It's a great little book that has helped me a lot. And what we're doing here is we're working on our mindsets. We have learned, and we've been talking about through this whole series, that the way we think is going to basically determine everything. So let's learn to think like the wealthy so we can have the results of the wealthy. I'm taking years of what I've learned coaching and consulting with millionaires and beyond, multimillionaires, decamillionaires, like I say, and bringing that knowledge over here to the Christian space, the church space, just because it's not being taught very much. And I want you guys to know what I know so you can get the results that I get. And it's not just me. There's people a whole bunch of levels above me, and we're going to take a lot of that knowledge, and I'm going to help transfer that to you so you can take action on it. So we are on this distinction here. Millionaires continually learn and grow. The middle class thinks learning ended with school. I mean, just for instance, we're always reading, and we're always learning and growing. I've tallied it up before, but it's over $100,000 that I've spent on learning and growing. Conferences, seminars, online courses, online coaching programs, mentorships. A lot of people think that a mentorship is simply, some rich guy just feels for you and decides, I'm going to take you under my wing and come with me, buddy, and I'm going to show you the ropes, and they do it for free. It's not true. Most mentorships cost a lot of money because you need to buy that person's time and attention. It's just how it goes. You need to be willing to pay for that. So I want you to think about this. Why is it that $1 million homes have libraries? Is it just a coincidence that $1 million homes have them and $100,000 homes don't? I don't think so. I'm here in Tulsa, and this is where a lot of the most impactful and influential legends of the faith have come through here, and most were born here or established their ministries here. And I remember recently there's a famous preacher, evangelist guy who passed away, and his home went up for sale. And I saw it on realtor.com. I don't know, looking back, I was like, man, maybe I should have bought it just to say I own that guy's home and get some of that anointing on me. But what was cool is in his home, he had custom built, he put in built-in bookshelves in every single room. Living room covered, his office, of course, every wall covered, his bedroom covered, his garage walls covered, books just everywhere. Think about that. That's what the wealthy do. Those with the wealthy mindset, we continually learn and grow. If you hang out with my friends, the questions are different. The conversation topics are different. What are you reading? What are you listening to right now? Who do you follow on podcasts and YouTube? That's what we talk about, those things. Who are you learning from? What are you reading in the Word? What's God showing you here in what scriptures are you standing on? What's God showing you? That's what we talk about. Continually learning and growing. There are some conferences I go to every year. I'm not going to miss it because every time I go, I learn, grow, get better. I also make great connections and friendships and all kinds of things like this. This is what has to be a part of your way in thinking if you want to go to another level, especially if you want to go to another level quickly. A lot of what we are trying to do is accelerate our results. We want to skip the trials and the ups and downs. Why would we go through the pain ourselves if we could just get a coach or a mentor or a book or something that can help us shortcut that and skip that part? Why wouldn't we do that? Well, you got to pay for it. Yeah, good. You're kind of an idiot if you don't do this. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, you guys can handle that. You know I can be pretty direct. There are a lot of people I know coming to mind right now who just simply have told me, I will never buy an online course. I will never pay for a coach or coaching program. It should be free. I can figure it out on my own. I'm not an idiot. I'm a smart guy. I can figure out how to do this. I'll go to get as much free books as I can. They watch free YouTube videos and all the stuff. And guess what? They don't really get results. They don't go very far. They go super slow if they go. Man, can you imagine that one conversation? What if it shortcut a year of your life? What if you're starting a business and somebody could give you a tip or some advice that could shave off a year, 2 years, 5 years of learning curve? Wouldn't that be worth $100,000? Wouldn't that be worth any amount? I know people who charge $1 million for an hour. Seriously. I guess I'll say I know of people. I've charged for my hourly services more than some people have made in a month. And that's not in a bragging way. I'm just saying I know what I have is valuable. I can shortcut you, so I can help you. And what I'm going to give you is a tool, an asset, my time, and it's going to make you more money. I know it will. I've done it too many times to believe otherwise. But people are glad to pay for it. People who pay me thousands of dollars and then thank me for one phone call. That's a smart person who does that because they know they're going to accelerate the results and skip a lot of trial and error. That person who hires me is going to become wealthier for it. I go and I hire people and I will become wealthier for it. That's the game. We are continually learning and growing. We never stop. If you have a conversation with a successful, like I said, they will be talking about books that they are reading, YouTube videos that they're watching and following, coaches and courses and programs. Hey, I just joined this guy's mastermind. I'm always trying to learn and always trying to grow. This is how it is now. High school was not the last time you learned. You've heard me in this series. If you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. You don't want to miss any of these because you put these all together and your results are going to change. I keep referencing it, but I was hanging out with my brother-in-law, who's also a successful business owner, entrepreneur, and we were talking to this guy at one of our kids' birthday parties. We were all there together, and him and I, my brother-in-law, were talking about who we were listening to, podcasts we're listening to, what we're reading, etc. We turned to this other guy, same age as us, married with kids, turned to him and said, what about you? Who do you listen to? What podcasts do you listen to? Who are you watching on YouTube? And he just looked at me and with the most genuine look on his face, so innocent. And he was just like, I don't listen to anybody. Like, what do you mean? Love the guy, like no condemnation, but that's a middle class mindset. That's a poverty mindset. The wealthy, we were having a discussion and we were doing what this book talks about. Really, and I know this episode, this little one might sound like I'm bragging or something, or I'm not trying to come across like that. I'm just showing you the differences because I want you to be aware of them. My whole goal is for you to be able to point out and become aware of mindsets that you had you didn't know you had, stuff that's there you didn't know was there, so that you can change it, so that you can be like, oh my goodness, I never thought about that. That's what I do. That book says this. Travis told me this, and I've been doing that this whole time. I'm so glad he pointed that out. I never thought about it like that. See, you're continually learning and growing too just by watching this. That makes you have a millionaire's mindset. Great job. Don't stop. But I will say this. Typically, no, not typically. The truth is, this free stuff's good, but it's nothing. I mean, it's the tip of the iceberg compared to our paid programs, where we dive in deep into these things, where there's assignments and exercises and frameworks and longer videos and workbooks and all kinds of things that you need to help extract these mindsets and replace them with godly increase mindsets. Not only that, but there's action steps and things like that as well. But it starts with our mindset. So, investing in your financial education. Again, I'll just hit on this real quick, but we got to be wary. Again, I know lots of people who have told me straight up they will never pay for courses and coaching programs. They will balk if something costs $1,000. And like I said, I've charged way more than $1,000 just for an hour of my time and made that person a ton of money that paid them over and over and over again. Well, that person who invested the $1,500 plus, something like that, just for an hour of my time, they were thrilled to do it. We are a return on investment mindset. We are ROI minded, I should say. So if I'm going to invest in a book or a course, I've paid for online courses with just 4 videos in them. Pay $500 for 4 videos. Do you think I was mad? No, because those 4 videos made me a ton of money. I remember I invested in an online course, one of my very first ones. It felt like a big leap. It cost $2,000. All right, put $2,000 on the table, and I remember I got one main thing out of that course. But that one main thing is a strategy. That strategy has made me probably $250,000, maybe up to $500,000. Just that one strategy over the course of several years, added all together, it's probably close to $500,000 in sales that's made me. Would I gladly pay $2,000 for one thought, one strategy, one concept? Of course. You would be silly to say no. Yet that's what you're doing when you're like, oh man, $300 to go to that seminar? Oh man, it's too rich for my blood. I don't know, man. $50 for that book? Oh my goodness. I don't know. It's like, okay guys, we're thinking about the wrong things here. I would say this. I guess I'll just kind of reiterate. That's really making my point. You know, I can go on. We'll try to keep this particular episode short. Keep learning, keep growing, and this is important too. Find out what you need to learn. If you're in a spot where like you need to figure out, I call this learning on demand. What's the next thing you need to learn? Don't go take a course on Instagram, growing your Instagram following, if that's not what you need right now. You probably don't need that. You need to figure out what's your next step, what's the next problem you need to solve, and then let's go learn that. So what I used to do when I had my day job is the day before, I would plan out what I was going to listen to on my drive to work. Actually, I knew what I would listen to in the morning. I always start my day by listening to a sermon and some preaching that builds my faith. Then I would switch over to business, and I would listen to something on purpose. I needed to know a next step. So I would YouTube something or be in that online course on that particular module. What's the next thing I need to learn? Or if it was a course where you just go down the videos in order, I'd have that next video queued up. Listen to that in the morning. Then I know what I would continue listening to on my drive to work. I had something planned out for my lunch break to listen to. Then I had something planned out on my drive home to listen to. And when I got home, I could execute quickly because I spent all day sharpening my axe, so to speak. Then by the time the weekend rolled around, I needed to know exactly what I was going to work on Saturday. Get up early Saturday morning, man, don't sleep in. The only day I sleep in is Sundays, and sleeping in is like 6 o'clock. Because I'm driven and know what I want. We're getting after it. Let's take steps. Let's make moves. Let's go learn. Let's learn what we need to learn. Sharpen our axe so that when we swing our axe, we can cut down that tree a whole lot faster. You know what I'm saying? Continually learn and grow. Go find one of the smartest things you can do. This is what the wealthy do, is when they need to learn something. Let's say the next step for you is I need to go start a podcast. I need to start a YouTube. When I started a YouTube channel, I went and bought 3 YouTube courses from some of the top guys or guys that I like. Guys with my style, my flavor. I like these guys. Oh, cool. They have a course. Let's get it. $1,000 here, $300 for this one, whatever cost. Who cares? Because I'm going to make it work for me and I'm going to get something out of it, even if it's one sentence. If it's just one concept that's going to give me a return on investment over years, yeah, let's do it. That's how we think. What do you need to go learn next? Then go grab a mentor, grab coaching. If you can't grab them as a mentor, go get their course. If they don't have a course, go get their book. If they don't have a book, find out what you can get from them. I've reached out to people and said, hey, do you do any one-on-one coaching? No? Well, have you ever thought about it? I would be interested. People approach that. People send me that email and that message. Man, respect to them. Yeah, we'll talk about it, I guess. You know what I mean? I've done it in the past. We'll see. But I'm not saying do that per se. Anyway, think about it, guys. Get that mind right. Think like the millionaires do, and you'll become one. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got more in this series coming out. You don't want to miss it. Put these puzzle pieces together. I'm telling you guys, your results are going to change quick. I will see you in the next one. Oh, and I forgot, if you're new to the channel, go to financialincrease101.com. I got a free guide, a little mini course for you. It's going to bless you. It's going to show you how to master your money, dominate your finances, and escape the budgeted life. See you in the next one.